Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Get over to jerichogreen.net. Subscribe $3.99 a month. You get exclusive access to my new videos before I put them anywhere else. jerichogreen.net. Also, get your green gear 25% off, promo code Jericho1, all caps. Now, Americans, the future of America is looking worse every day. Those who are observant can see that something bad is going to happen soon. If it does, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and supplies to get you through hard times? If not, check out My Patriot Supply. They are the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed with 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you might need it sooner than the 25 years, unfortunately. So don't wait. Go to preparewithjericho.com and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save 25% off if you act now. That's preparewithjericho.com. Don't wait. Do it today. Now, as we all know, if your eyeballs, your ocular stems work at all, you've seen the horse shit that is happening in Afghanistan, that continues to happen and will continue to happen until we get all of the Americans out. Imagine that. And Biden is perverted, and his entire administration, including the dummy generals who signed off on and celebrated this shit. They all need to be held accountable. They should all be facing charges. Everybody, even the mainstream mediocres, should finally be doing their job and giving this fool the business. Now, you know, we only have 24 hours in a day, but these fools would somehow find 25 hours in a day to drag Trump to the fucking mud if he did something like this. And if Trump did this, he would deserve it. This is unprecedented. We've never ditched, abandoned, left behind, whatever, this many Americans before. And in this day and age, we should know better. Like, do you not, I guess if you open up Biden's chest, he has a heart like the Grinch. Remember they opened up this little tiny thing, barely beating? Do you not have a heart? Do you not have a soul? How could you do that to those people? But I'll tell you what, here's the reality. That's what the mainstream mediocres should be doing. But what are they doing? Aside from a baby's handful of outlets, they're actually protecting him. They are actually fixing their faces to protect and make excuses for this fool and what he did. Now, of course, not to be outdone, Loco Cortez, you motherfuckers, her womb is super loaded. She can have my fucking baby, man. Love doing that every time. But you know this fool is probably laying on the floor of her office trying her best to stay in the lines and not spill her Capri Sun. This is a 17-year-old trapped in a 30-year-old's body. This is some Freaky Friday shit. There is a child in there. And of course, she's screaming the loudest, "Leave Biden alone!" She referred to what happened in Afghanistan as his courageous decision when no other president would, end quote. Courageous or retarded? Which one did you mean to say? We'll give you a chance to take that back and change it. Because I don't think you meant courageous. Now, she is right when she said no other president would. No other president would do it like this. But there was a president not too long ago who had plans to. You guys, let me know his name in the comment section. It escapes me right now. So there was a president who was going to do it. But aside from him, no. But one thing I really did agree with that she said, actually, I can't believe this myself. She said war is addictive, especially to those who profit. Now that is true because that's why we're there. I don't believe that we're there for oil bullshit because I didn't see my gas prices go subterranean when we were over there for the last 20 years. I didn't see that. So I don't think it was for oil. You people might have your own theories, conspiracy theories or whatever. I don't believe that shit. I believe we went in there so those defense contracting companies could make money hand over fucking fist, which they did. We privatized a whole bunch of shit that the military used to do. Laundry and shit like that. What happened? When I was in the Navy, we had our own laundry service. They cleaned and dried our uniforms and our bedding and all that shit for us. But they contracted a lot of shit out so they could skim off the top and make money. I mentioned this before. I read a story where they actually gave Marines back wet uniforms because they were behind on payments and they refused to dry them. What the fuck? Who would allow that to happen? You don't have those men and women out there in wet ass uniforms. They need to be clean and dry. If they were behind on their payments, whatever that means, take care of that at some other time. Why is the soldier, the Marine, the airman, the sailor not the number one priority, especially when it comes to the support staff? But anyway, that she was right about. War is addictive to the monsters who make money off of that shit. Everything else she said was dumb. This was not a courageous decision. This was a stupid decision. Some would say this was part of the plan. Because how else do you do something so outrageously stupid and then, on top of everything, arm them on your way out? That's a lot. That's a lot of stupid to deal with at one time. That's a lot of stupid to give somebody to deal with at one time. But you know what? A lot of shit going on politically, socially. We have the recall election for Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom coming up here in California in less than 2 weeks. So let's take a departure from that kind of stuff. Let's take a departure from all the heavy goings on of the day. Let's lighten the mood. I'm going to tell you a story. It's story time with Uncle Jericho. I'm trying to tell you a story. So, well, before I get to that, let me tell you something I saw. So there was this dude I saw in a grocery store, young guy. I hope this is no indication of the generation coming up. The Gen X, I don't know, Gen whatever. Gen if your ass is under 30. But I saw a dude in his 20s in the grocery store with wearing a t-shirt with both arms inside of his t-shirt like he was cold. Bruh. As a fully grown man, he looked like a man. I don't want to misgender anyone. He looked like a dude. How in the fuck? Now, if it's cold, I've done that before, but it's been outside, not in a grocery store. That didn't look right. That didn't sit right with me. This grown ass man with his arms inside of his t-shirt in the frozen aisle. Anyway, I may have told this story before. If I have, it's been a long time, so I will tell it for the first time or again, I can't remember. But if you're new to the channel, I'm pretty sure you've never heard this story before, but I'm going to tell it. Shout out to my boy, Latte, who reminded me about this because he drives, he does that, what is that, DoorDash part-time. And he was telling me some of the crazy shit he's seen, and that got me thinking about some of the crazy shit I saw when I was delivering for a chain. I think it's only out here in California. It's called Round Table. Round Table is the best delivery pizza. Shit's all over, Domino's, Pizza Hut, all that shit. Round Table's delicious. So I used to deliver in the local area, and we would cover like 4 or 5 cities that were pretty close to each other. And this particular one takes place at the end of this street called Fremont. Now, if you're familiar with the area, there's a city called Seaside, and the main street going through Seaside is called Fremont. And at the end of Fremont, both ends of Fremont is the highway. Highway 1, north or south, but Highway 1 runs through it. You can catch it on either end of Seaside. So on the southern end of Seaside, you got a row of like motels and stuff. And so there's a motel over there called the Oak Lodge, right? So, it was my last delivery of the night. It was probably around 10 o'clock. And I go to the motel and I go up and I got the pizza and I knock on the door. And this girl comes to the door and she has short blonde hair, probably late 20s. I don't even remember what she was wearing, and you'll find out in a second. And so, you know, when someone opens a door to a place you've never been before, whether you're visiting somebody, delivering, whatever, you look inside. You look inside and scan what's in there. You don't stare, but it's human nature. You look to see what's in there. So I look behind this lady, and sitting in a chair is another woman in her mid to late 20s, and all she's wearing is a big smile and a skirt and high heels. She has no top on, titties are out. And so I kind of did a double take on that. I was like, all right. So she asked me how much it was. I told her, she goes over, and as she's walking to the back corner of the motel room, I noticed that there's a third person in there. And this person is a dude. It's a skinny black dude, and he has on red silk boxers and black dress socks, and he has glasses on, and he's digging through his wallet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here? These women are prostitutes. These are ladies of the night. So she gets the money from him, and I look over, and the girl sitting in the chair with her titties out is just sitting there, and she's smiling. She's like, hi. It was so weird. Like, she was really, really happy. So I imagine she was on some kind of drugs, because like I said, Round Table Pizza's good, but it ain't that damn good. So I think she was on something. So the girl with the short blonde hair, she comes back over and gives me the money, and I count it like I always do. I just look to make sure there's enough to cover the bill. I'm not tripping off the tip. If it's a small tip, I'll talk shit about them in the car by myself like I always do. But I was checking to see if the money was there. It was. I said, all right, cool. She goes, wait a minute. She's like, how much of a tip did you get? I look, it was like $5 or something. It was only like a $25 order, some shit like that. I was like, it's like $5, it's cool. She's like, no, you're way too cute for that. Let me get you some more money. So she turns around and tells the girl with her titties out to go get more money from the half-naked Steve Urkel in the corner. And so she gets up, and she like, it was almost like she was like, just like skipping or bopping. I don't know. She like bouncing over there. She gets the money. She comes back, big old smile on her face. It was so fucking weird. And so instead of giving the money to me, she hands it to the girl with the short blonde hair. The girl with the short blonde hair looked like the lead singer from Eurythmics. I can't remember the name, with the red hair, but it was short and blonde. And she gives me the money. She's like, is that good? I was like, yeah, that's cool. She was like, what time do you get off? And I was like, I get off at midnight, like a couple hours or whatever. She's like, you should come by and hang out. I was like, hell no. I'm not going to be part of this robbery / murder / whatever the fuck you guys had in mind. Hell no. But I did get a good tip, but I got the hell up out of there. So that is my last pizza delivery of the night story. It was the weirdest shit. Almost as strange as her having her titties out was how happy and like joyful she was. Maybe it was all natural. Maybe she was just high on life, but I'm pretty sure she was high on something else that probably came in powder form. But what I'm going to do is go over here and wrap up my state mandated meal period, because you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link, Teespring link, JerichoGreen.net, and Rumble. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.